Yo, what's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. Shout out to Eban Films. I was strolling across YouTube earlier and I noticed that he had live coverage. The first one I seen today was live coverage of the YSL, I think Bond Hearing, Young Doug. Check him out. His videos, I believe they're still live, but definitely check him out. Eban Films. For those that don't know, Eban's me and him. We've done work together. There's an East Harlem story. Shout out to Eban Films. He's in Clubhouse. Follow him on Clubhouse. Definitely, man, that YSL case is crazy, man. You know, I hate when people ask, are there snitches in the case? What do you think? Do you think they have a 50 count or 60 count or whatever count indictment and there ain't nobody telling? That's you guys can't just come up with these conclusions. Who's telling? The truth will prevail. This is, I believe, is a bond hearing. This is not a trial that they at. They had a bond hearing, I believe. So they're just trying to, the district attorney job is to convince the judge that these guys are a flight risk and that they're also a danger to the community. He doesn't want to let them out. You know what I'm saying? That's the job of the district attorney. The judge, you know what I'm saying, to convince the judge that these guys are a threat and everything around them is a threat. Just follow the case with your due diligence. Another person I would like to salute is Crown Courts TV. Crown TV. He does a great job in doing the paperwork, reading the paperwork. There's no speculation, there's no temptation, there's no annihilation, there's nothing but just the story. It's not for him to figure it out, it's the fact. The fact is the man gets on the stand, you got the paperwork, you got the testimony. That's not hard to tell what the hell happened after the fact. These narratives that's being created, who cares? That's the whole motive of Crown Courts TV, to give you the actual testimony of the case. You know what I'm saying? And it is after the fact. If you get the court documents, it's after the fact. Court transcripts is after the fact. There's a lot going on out here. Check out my man Pete, Unstricted Mentality. My man God's King, Push That Knife. Tiff and all them. Shout out to Wifey Southern Bells. There's a lot going on, man. This case is rocky. Everybody has their own charges. It's what plays out with these wiretaps, and it's all in the lawyer and how good the lawyer is well versed. You know what I'm saying? If Young Thug or Gunner or any of them do not want to go to trial, do not feel like copping out, then you know what comes with that is the potential of the bonus. So unless they have a bunch of weak evidence or a dirty cop in the situation, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta leave it to God. It's a tight case, it's a tough case. It's a lot of co-defendants, but we have to also keep in mind, I believe Georgia's a gun state. So a lot of those guns, a lot of those shootings may not have been used by illegal guns. It just depends on who is in possession of the illegal guns. Now, if you're a felon, you're not supposed to be in possession of illegal guns in the United States of America, not just Atlanta. Unless they change certain laws in certain states after a matter of time. But where I'm from in New York, once you get the F, I ain't never see somebody who had the F possess a gun after 10 years. So, with that being said, I don't know about Idaho and Wyoming. I could just speak about what I know. I never seen a felon possess a gun. Like, I can't come to St. Louis after being home in 2011 and possess a firearm. You know what I'm saying? It's still illegal. I could still potentially catch a federal charge. Just to keep you up to date to what's going on, follow Eban's Films. Get in touch with it, you know what I'm saying? It's live. He actually has live coverage. He got the live coverage. It's popping. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good information. And yo, man, you gotta realize when it comes to this organized crime thing, if they can prove that any crime was committed to the benefit of the gang and not yourself, then this is how they get their convictions. So you gotta have a well-versed lawyer who, even if he did punch somebody in the face or shoot him, he ain't do it for the gang. He got shot because You know what I'm saying? Because they had a personal situation. You can't be for the benefit of the gang or the organization or whatever how you say it. Remember, the original RICO law was written for the Italians. And then they started throwing it towards us, the African Americans. So we have to be mindful of that. I think a lot of times we don't take the time to do our due diligence, and we listen to anything that sounds smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, everybody has their own charges. We'll never know what's on somebody. The only way we're gonna figure out more and more evidence is if we can get more evidence from Patient.com that's stating the actual evidence that's used against Young Thug and the rest of them. But since I believe it's a state case, we have to go through the FOIA of the state of Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know how the Commonwealth states work. So for a lot of you guys, man, stay tuned. And just know something. Do not join a gang. Do not be gang affiliated. Don't be part of a clique. Don't be part of nothing that's gonna catch up to you 10 years down the line. Four summers down the line. I mean, these guys got on in hip hop, but a lot of them was still knee deep in the streets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of these beefs and issues is crazy, but it just be your team. It's the team. It's how you get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do what 50 Cent did. You gotta start dropping dudes up at the door. This is not a South Side thing. I'm taking this to the world. For me to achieve that, I gotta remove the South Side. So with that being said, if you think about becoming a rapper, and you think by these shootings and putting a lot of pain in these dirty streets, you gotta be on point. You're gonna have to be on point. If you're not on point, you're gonna have some fucked up results. You know what I'm saying? The game is dirty. The game is dirty. The rules is dirty. They don't play fair. Law enforcement's job is not to play fair. Their job is to lock your ass up if you're breaking the law, assumed by them. So if you're sitting back believing like, why me? If you're doing something dirty, this is what's bound to happen. This is what happens. Somebody asked me, do you think there's snitches in the case? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta know who you're talking to. What do you think? Do you believe that there's the people that's cooperating in the case? Of course there is. Of course. Do you think it's some of the top 20? Well, we'll find out. Everything's in due time. They got enough co-defendants. You're gonna have some that's gonna cop out. So you have to be mindful of that and keep that in mind. You know, I do my lives. That's definitely the one. You know what I'm saying? I throw some lives out there for the people. Definitely shout out to Corey King. Shout out to my man Harlem Legend. We had a good show yesterday. China on Harlem Legend TV yesterday. It was dope. Like I said, man, it's just moving. It's just using common sense, thinking, listening. You don't know we can only expect, okay, it's a conspiracy, so he must have told him to shoot him. Okay, you hear a little wide tap online. Don't put together your own conspiracy theories. I mean, you could do that if you want to, but at the end of the day, there's wide taps and there's people confirming and there's evidence. It's just you gotta realize how strong is the evidence. So definitely salute to my man Eban, because Eban actually has the coverage live from the courtroom. So it's not speculation, it's not temptation, it's not the remix, it's none of that. It's just the people speaking in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Is Young Thug fired? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I just know that they say that there was a lot of violence involved. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of violence involved. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to violence, remember, these guys actually blew up in hip hop off this. So there's an income here. So it's not. So even if it wasn't drug related, well, whatever they did for this hip hop shit. So that they could be successful hip hop artists and they're generating money, which is something legal. Once you get the legal bag, leave the game alone. You might get in the game dirty in the beginning, but you're supposed to leave that alone at the gate. You can't mix the two. Y'all didn't learn from Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't learned from that yet. From those facts, they only tore them apart because they had Preem with them. And Preem caught a case, and whatever Keem name was in the mix, they tried to say that Preem played a part to Murder Inc. being created. So why, you know what I'm saying? So playing with, definitely free Preem, but why do you want to play with the dirty streets for? Salute. Just follow Eban Films. He has the coverage, live coverage, man. For you guys, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Eban, he be on it in Clubhouse. Follow him on Clubhouse, Eban Films. You know, Zeke Black. I'm on Eban. I'm on Clubhouse. Follow in Strictly Mentality. My man P. Push That Knife. We here for the coaching, man. We just moving it forward. With that being said, shout out to Southern Bell. Shout out to our brother Keith Rucker Jr. The barbershop. Shout out to the barbershop on Kings Highway in St. Louis Avenue. You know what I mean? We in the building, man. Remember, stay sucker free. And in the words of Crown Courts TV, Crown TV, find some legal shit to do. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, deuces. Shout out to East Harlem. Happy birthday to my man Jay Slade from around the way from Washington Projects in East Harlem. Shout out to the whole Lexington Projects. Shout out to you know, my peoples in Metro, New Metro, my man Money One, rest in peace, Razo 131 PT, number 3, you know, the Hilltop, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing, man. That's what we doing, man. That being said, peace.